Hi everyone, welcome to TwoTwins in EVE, your weekly update for EVE Online stuff. I am your host, The Lone Wolf, and no, you're not dreaming, that's really some 0-0 footage you're seeing in the background. My brother and CEO wanted to check out something new in EVE Online, so we both took a jump clone and tried to find our way to a 0-0 system. So where we're at is in CVA space, and it's more specifically Uli Federation space. These guys are Not Red, Don't Shoot, NRDS as it's called. And so we decided we wanted to try and see if we could get there and if we could get anything done there. While there we were pretty quickly intercepted by a few locals. They did a check on us just to see if we were on their kill on sight list, and once we were clear we were left alone. We did this small dead space pocket, which was mostly frigates and cruiser size Sancha rats, but we also did a second one with a lot of battleships. That was I think 11 or 12 million a piece between myself and my brother, just from the bounties. So I can see how you can get a pretty good income in 0-0 this way. We're going to check out what it's like to live there in 0-0, if it's feasible for our small corporation to do anything there, to get a foothold there, and if this turns out to go well over the next coming weeks, we'll try and transport some more ships and equipment over there, and we'll have basically like a third base of operation in CVA space. And it might be interesting. Of course, we don't know in advance what this is all going to turn out like, but it's an interesting experiment to us. On to the news for EVE Online. We had patch 1.1.3, which addresses a C++ runtime error some players were having, along with adding a few new additions for the devs, some backend additions for the developers. EVE Online also, as most of you probably already know, launched a new website, and at the same time CCP launched a new video on their YouTube page. Pretty good in my opinion. The new website and the video look very spiffy, very modern as well, and I think the video especially explains very well to non-EVE players what the strong points of the game are and what they have to try and achieve and try and do in order to be able to get a solid foothold in the game. What I really liked about the new website are the way they had like a page about classes like miner, fleet commander and all that stuff. Of course this isn't the class you pick at the beginning, but it's all the different kinds of roles you can choose to play in EVE Online. I thought that was something that we hadn't seen before on the EVE Online website, and that might attract some newer players. An interesting article on EVE News 24 also about an appearance from CCP Soundwave in a podcast. He was telling about the new summer expansion, as some of the topics were that CCP was going to continue to focus on fundamentals and all systems that are hampering them, like the Crime Watch system, which is the system that detects whether or not a crime has been made and how Concord reacts and all of that stuff, as well as the war tech mechanics. And there will be a massive rework for faction warfare, pretty exciting in my opinion. I'm curious to see what they're going to come up with, as well as some changes in Alliance income in 0-0 with less focus on tech moons, so that sounds pretty interesting, and some possible changes to bosses. I also just saw an article today on mmorpg.com, and that was about how CCP wants to dominate 2012. And what I thought was pretty cool was that they hinted at a summer release for Dust 5.14. So that's pretty unexpected. I would only have expected this at the earliest for the next winter expansion, but there were some hints that CCP was going to try and go for a summer release. Pretty exciting as well. So overall, I get the feeling that there are many changes coming to EVE Online, and including a lot of changes to old mechanics that everybody has gotten used to now over the years. So I think we have some interesting times ahead in EVE Online, and there might even be some business opportunities in there if you know where to look by keeping an eye on the dev blogs and stuff. I'll certainly try to do my homework and see what I can manage that way. Finally, there was also a dev blog with lots of pretty interesting and impressive numbers for EVE Online in 2011. These numbers were for planetary interaction, production, kills, and market transactions. So if you like numbers and you want to get a handle on like the scope of what EVE Online is about, head over to the EVE Online website and check out the new dev blog. Speaking of the new website, of course, you'll find it completely changed, but if you want to browse EVE Online in pretty much the same way as you used to, there is actually a trimmed version of the old website at community.eveonline.com. So I certainly already bookmarked that one. It has links to like the dev blogs and everything we're used to, so we don't have to completely miss the old way of browsing EVE Online stuff. Anyways, that's it for this week, and I'll see you all next time. Okay, so I actually still have a small topic that I want to touch upon. It's not about EVE Online, but I also don't want to make a separate video for this. Blizzard released 100,000 beta keys in the US a bit over a week ago. So that usually means that they've started stress testing their servers, and that's usually at the end of a beta test. And just a few days ago, they released the Battle.net balance, which is basically a system where you can purchase these Blizzard points in order to purchase games from Blizzard, but it is also the currency that will be used in the real money auction house for Diablo 3. So with these two new developments in mind, I'm hoping that the release date is actually pretty close. Of course, every time you say that word hope, keep in mind the wisdom of the Space Marines. Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. But I think these are two good signs for Diablo 3, and I'm certainly keeping an eye on it, and I hope we'll get to play it soon. Anyways, that's it. I'll see you all next time.